And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
Range parachutes deploy, and that occurs about 6,000 feet.
A great view of Crew 9 inside Dragon Freedom as it view coming from the WB-57 high altitude plane. And there you see it on your screen, drogue deployment.
Drogue defense tunnel.
You can hear the crowd here its way back to planet Earth.
Traveling 16 miles per hour when it splashes in Pacific time this afternoon. And there we go.
We have visual on 4 healthy mains.
That view was from inside one of the buckets where the parachutes are located. So we see a great view there of the reefing on those parachutes, and as those main parachutes.
Crew 9 just minutes away from splashing down.
This is really such an incredible shot. They're using their restraints as resting places for their arms. They were just in space moments ago. It's incredible to think that the Dragon capsule just minutes ago was going over 17,000 miles per hour, and now gently coasting to a soft splashdown.
200.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back on Earth.
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Copy splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
Well as the panels that enclose where the drogue parachutes are located. We can see those fast boats. We weren't kidding when we said they were fast. While it does take about 30 minutes for the closest to the spacecraft is going to be performing some safety checks.
Those hypergol checks were complete. They didn't find any of that upon those checks, so we'll continue to move through the timeline. Next up is a process called rigging, which you see happening right now on your screen. This is when a SpaceX recovery personnel actually works to climb aboard the capsule and work through procedures ahead of lifting onto the nest of the recovery vessel Megan. We heard it's going to be about 25 minutes or so until that lift actually.
Wow, we got a cute little pod of dolphins. It wasn't just one or two.
I mean, that water just looks beautiful. We had ideal splashdown parameters today. Obviously, wave.
Slowly but surely closing the distance there between, oh, dolphin cam back again. We can see that the Dragon capsule and the recovery vessel is a little bit closer to the recovery vessel, and we usually get a really good view of that particular operation from one of the onboard cameras from the recovery vessel. And we anticipate the lift of the Dragon capsule to occur here in just a few minutes. Now, once all of the rigging is on the capsule and it's hooked up to with the Crew 9 cohort on board, they had an on-time splashdown at 5:57 p.m. Eastern Time, 2:57 p.m. Pacific Time. We can see that spacecraft was successfully recovered from the ocean surface and is now being washed with fresh water as...
Okay, copy that. And Kira, just wanted to say that you guys, you and the team did an awesome job. Both uphill and downhill. Just really, really impressed. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. It's been an honor.
This is a pretty exciting moment.
Following splashdown, there were four smiles as far as he could see.
Yeah, capsule full of grins. Now, generally speaking...
And there we do see Crew 9, some happy waves, smiles all around back on Earth.
Previously located on that have just recently joined, the Dragon had an on-time splashdown. Looks like we're getting our next crew member here. That is none other than Sunny Williams. Big smile, big waves. She, like her other crew members, now will be assisted onto the mobility aid.
NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore, inside Dragon in seat 4.
Once again, some elation and cheers there from Butch Wilmore, as we mentioned before, returning to Earth from...
Butch, Sunny, and Alexander are safely back home on Earth and getting checked out by the NASA medical team. We're going to wrap up our live coverage of their return.
Thank you, as always, for joining us for tonight's coverage of the splashdown of Crew 9. Remember to follow SpaceX on X and NASA online and on social media for updates for the very latest on crew and cargo flights to and from the International Space Station.